Historic waterway, gateway for the Indians, legendary hunting ground, transporter of mammoth white pine, sanctuary of walleye and northern pike, popular present-day canoe trail, and clear as a mountain stream in summer. What a river. Every spring the temp outside rises, which means the snow and ice start to melt. Back when Indians roamed the area for survival, spring meant harsh winters were finally over. Today, spring means it's time to get outside and start fishing. The suckers, red horse, and carp are running upstream and are easily caught near the dams and mouths of streams. Basic rigs such as a hook, line, and sinker will catch you fish. Let's take a look at this basic setup. Some people use the old trusty Lindy rig used by Al and Ron Lindner. All that is needed is a sinker, a swivel, a hook, and your spinner. You put the sinker on first, and then you tie on your swivel. Next, tie on your spinner and hook, and you are ready to go. There are a lot of snags in rivers and streams this time of year that aren't visible due to the dirty runoff, so I simply take a colored hook, preferably fluorescent yellow, pink, or orange, and I tie that straight onto my main line. Next, I snap on 3 split shot sinkers, and I'm ready to go. This setup cost me about 75 cents. What a cheap way to fish.
Well, like a quantum smoke rod, 20-pound test sonic braid with a Lindy rig, and a night crawler with a 1/4 ounce weight.
Right now I'm fishing at a spot which is rich in history. Indians used to have a trading post here years and years ago. I got 2 rivers here actually, and the suckers and red horse gather at the mouths of these types of streams. They are both considered shallow streams. You could walk the entire river and not be in water any deeper than your knee, unless you step into a deep hole, of course. But believe it or not, there used to be a ferry on this river when they used to log the area. They used to float logs from way up north all the way to Minneapolis using this river. When fishing for these fish, there are 2 types of methods you can use depending on the fish activity. The first I call the lazy man, which is for inactive fish. All you do is find a stick, like this one, and stick it in the ground like this. You need this V in it, and that's where you sit your rod. The other is what I'm doing right now, which is for very active fish. You'll want to have the rod in your hands at all times because you can catch a fish almost every cast. Now that's a great time.
My favorite part of fishing for red horse and suckers during the spring is the fact that I get out of the house for the first time after being stuck all winter long, and they fight extremely hard, and it's just a fun catch. And finally getting a rod in your hand and have a fish on the end is the best feeling you'll ever have.
Here's a look at why spring fishing is so much fun. Sitting inside the house all winter is tough on a guy, if you're like me. Once ice covers the state, all I think about is the open water in spring. My favorite fish to fish for is between a smallmouth bass and the elusive walleye. But those seasons aren't open around here right now, so fishing these fish are a great way to feel a tug on the other end of your line.
Well, for one thing, it gets me out of the house, away from the wife. You get to be outside, enjoying nature. And there's nothing better than a rod in your hand and a fish on the end of the line.
At the end of the day, fishing these spots are a great way to just go out and have a relaxing day with nature. It's an amazing reason to get out with your family and or friends and spend some quality time together. It's bank fishing at its finest, and you don't need to break the bank in order to do it. These spots can be found all over our state. Just go on to the MNDNR website, find a stream near you, and start fishing today.